Let's just check the audio's good. So I'm going to talk for a little bit to just see if I hear it over the Twitch stream. Yep. It's me and my desktop. Right. Hello and welcome to Uncharted 3. What is it? Part 6? Part 5? Not sure. Anyway, yesterday we were in the desert and then I had an internet connection issue, so I called it early. We stopped streaming. And the plan was to finish today, because I'm not streaming tomorrow on Sunday. I'm going out to go an event with a friend, and then on Monday I want to be doing it for a game. So we're actually going, hopefully, in this stream, start from where we are and end the game. So let's get into it. And we're at the point where Sully has just picked us up off the floor in the desert. Do we have to interact?
Hey! Sorry. Wake up.
I'm trying.
Come on, give me a hand.
Let's move that.
I've been looking for you. Couldn't find you. I don't know how long I've been out here. I think... Sully?
2 or 3 days.
Sully?
All we have to do now is progress to the next bit, so walk forwards and it'll... I seem to remember it fading out. Yeah.
Sully?
Look at that
Sully.
sand.
Sully, Sully. Oh, it's there. Oh, thank God. It's a village.
Quite a few cuts as we approach this thing.
Please don't let that have been a mirage.
Mostly to get us there quicker, because otherwise it would be loading for, well, that distance.
Oh, shit. It's a ghost.
If we just look behind us, if we can, you can see where the terrain they make, just see above Nate's head there, goes to the background, just image. Okay. With the adjustments they've made for the treasures, you can actually see them at a far distance now, so I can see something twinkling away in the distance. That's a little off-putting, I think.
At least it's real. I just find some water. Some water.
Lovely solemn track, this. But I still think Killzone 3
Not getting through there.
did better.
Let's try through here.
Imagine living here and only being able to see sand.
Didn't need that.
isn't there? There you go.
Thank God it will. Okay. Damn.
It should have killed us, really. That drop. I thought holding let go would have dropped us down to the climbing point below, but apparently not.
Shh. It's undrinkable.
I wonder what quality water needs to be undrinkable. Because obviously, maybe metals, urine. I mean, he had a decent mouthful to know whether it's undrinkable. Sorry, that was a friend messaging me. Picking me up. Okay. I'll respond back when there's another cutscene.
There's gotta be something useful here.
Are you ready?
Oh shit! It's Reich. Okay, need a gun. What the hell are Marlowe's men doing here?
That guy with the shotgun's gonna be a problem. Actually, apparently everyone's gonna be a problem.
Damn it!
That means there's a grenade coming in. Oh, nice. Another grenade, please.
No.
Oh. Okay, so, because I did an interaction earlier, it got fixed. I seem to remember that prompt used to give a triangle actually in the centre of it to tell you which button to press. Grenade, please.
Oh, great. Dead. Great. No.
Come on, eh? I hit triangle in time. I swear I did.
Oh, shit.
I do wish grenades dropped on the floor by their feet did a bit more damage. Because the big guys, they tank pretty much everything. We're gonna need them.
What the hell are Marlowe's men doing here?
Okay, if we can... I didn't think I'd be able to get more ammo, so we're gonna go back and get that. There we go. Yes, I do lean to get more vision sometimes. Old habits and
Look
everything.
for the plan.
Come on. I like the echo that you can hear off the surrounding buildings. That kept them occupied. I do like the fact you can stagger in this game.
Shit! This is getting ridiculous.
Why are you saying that, Drake? Ooh, lovely. Oh, right, this bit. We're gonna talk. Doesn't another one
Damn,
appear?
I'm trapped down here.
Oh, there's a Twinkie. I should really say trinket or something, just so people don't think I'm... Sorry, I didn't even think then. But that might be misconstrued. Oh right, they come when I jump, don't they?
There's gotta be a way out of here.
How exactly did I remember that? I don't know why. Potentially I've died to that a few times in the past. Very distant past, but even still. Yeah.
Guess what the doctor ordered.
Right, let me pause a sec and reply. There we go. Actually, I have a second. You'll have to excuse the comically large mug. I was going to have a larger beer, but I had these other ones to try, so I thought I'd put it in. It's called Real. Real? You know where to focus on that, are you? Because of the depth peeling. And the mosaic, but... let's continue. Now we have a small fight up here. Oh, and there's a sniper here. Can I? Oh no, it's down there. Well, this is the problem.
Move up.
Okay, I missed that. Really? Okay, so... That's something I don't remember, the cover being this bad. I mean, I can quite clearly see his head, but... Oh dear. I'm also possibly going to die here.
Dead.
It does feel like it, doesn't it?
It's too close.
Got him.
Had enough of these assholes. Oh shit.
I didn't even remember it had aim punch. I seem to remember if I go forwards it'll add some more people to shoot. So let's just do this carefully. Okay. Time for a new weapon. Seriously, no? Isn't there... Ah. I also remember there's... Yeah. Easy ways to drop to your death, just by jumping down there. It is kind of weird, there aren't many fights apart from the boss fights that I can think of that have death drops, just, you know, alongside them. Oh right, I'm turning the corner. That's where I was thinking about. Right, so now it's time for some fun.
Okay, hopefully that's the last time. How did that come?
How many grenades is you giving me? Really? I just crushed his head against a bit of wood? I'm gonna die here, yeah. The problem there was a grenade landed at my feet, but then I couldn't toss it back because another one landed next to it, which affected the cooldown or something? And I hit triangle there and it just... Oh. Problem is, people come from up there. Whew. And then there's a rocket guy up that way. It's a bit prickly, this area.
No.
That was a handy grenade.
No.
So, to progress here, we need to use a rocket on that gateway. But I did just want to explore quickly. And maybe waste ammo, I don't know. So you can see there's a decent amount of weaponry around here. I could quite easily have used that machine gun. Now, I thought you could actually get up there, but maybe not. Okay, maybe it's in the next section now, I'm remembering. Right. And now we just jump down, I seem to remember. Kind of sucks for him. Whew.
Snipers! Now! There's just too many of them. This is it. I can't do this. English? What? English, I speak English. No. Don't shoot me. Please don't shoot me.
تعال عدو شيلوا يلا تعالوا خليكم ماشيين على البوابة يلا تعال سنايبر انتبه واحد فوق
No.
Looks like it's our horse now. Whoa. That's some excited driving. Well, that's quite well done. Now we sit back and watch. Oh, that coffee would be nice about now.
Far from home, America.
Shukran.
You do not belong out here. Any of you.
You spared me. Why not just kill me along with the others?
That would have been impolite. You were in distress. Even an enemy must be fed and sheltered. Are you my enemy, American?
Drake. My name. It's Drake.
Salim. I am Sheikh of this tribe.
Well, I don't mean to be forward, so... but I need a horse. I don't have anything to offer in return.
You plan to attack the English caravan alone?
You know about them.
My scouts have been tracking them for 2 days. Why are you here? Why do the English cross the Rub al-Khali?
They're looking for the lost city of Ubar.
Iram of the Pillars.
They've taken my friend hostage. He's the only one who knows the way. Once they find Aram, he'll be worthless to them. They'll kill him.
If they find Aram, we are all dead. 3,000 years ago, King Solomon commanded the power of the Jinn. Demons, born of smokeless fire, until they rebelled. He imprisoned them in a vessel of brass and cast it into the depths of the city. Iran became a place of evil, cursed by the tormented spirits of the Jinn. The English must not reach the city. If they unleash the power of the Jinn...
We don't have much time, do we?
No. But they have the greater numbers. We cannot attack them in the open. Tonight, rest. Tomorrow, they enter the canyons. We'll take them there. You ride at dawn. boy! Follow me this way!
You got it.
I gotta say, the PS3 generation was certainly the generation that gave us horses. Actual believable horses, not not the kind of bad stuff that was in the 2000s.
Salim, is it much farther?
You know, Red Dead Redemption, Last of Us, Uncharted 3, Witcher. Though I guess Witcher's sort of more
Be careful!
PS4 era.
The convoy is right below!
We have to hurry.
Drake, save your bullets!
Can I
They're
jump
too
to my
far
death?
away. They're out of range.
It's interesting they put that in, really. That line. I guess because they probably thought
This is a shortcut. Just stay with me.
playtesters they probably found shot them in case they might be able to affect a difference.
Come on, we're nearly there. Come on!
I'm still impressed at how well they've done it. Because you go from seeing them at the far distance, now you're coming right into them, and it's been completely seamless, and I really appreciate that in games.
Drake, get on the traps. Take these
And that's
guys
why
out.
I'm really
Look at
looking
the one
forward
on
to
the
the
left.
God of War that's coming out very soon. There we go. My vehicle, thank you. Oh, I didn't need to do anything then, did I? No. Okay, I was just jumping to get on top of the roof. And it thought I meant to jump over the top of it, which is certainly not what I wanted to do. Where's my horse? Hey horsey. I thought I could jump. There we go.
My friend's probably up at the front.
Why does it keep doing that? I don't understand. Now, even though we can't see people in the vehicles ahead, they pop up as soon as we get close. Like, they were just, you know. So I'm going to go on the side here. Because they're metal-sided, whereas at the rear, they've got wood. That was one guy. One guy and his bullets.
Look for the lead car. That's where Sullivan is.
Would you please let me jump on my horse? Thank you.
We got this horse thing down.
How many bullets does this guy need? A lot, apparently. Oh, right. I'm going to. I need a rocket launcher. Now, when you can do the sequence front to back without dying, it's incredibly good. Of course, we've had a few problems. Oh well, don't worry. I mean, I'm going to fall off my horse now, but, you know.
Roadkill.
Distasteful, mate. Distasteful.
Come on, give me your hand.
Poor horse, I gotta say.
There's my horse!
Jump to the horse, Frank. Jump to the horse.
I was trying, you wouldn't let me earlier. Okay. Now, do I want to get on this or keep going? Nah, we're good.
Keep going! He's gotta be up ahead!
Hello? I went to get ammo and then just jumped straight back to being on my horse. Kind of weird. Wait, where is it? There. No, don't shoot out my tyres. No, he's not slipping.
I'm coming! Hang on, I got you!
Probably the least sensible thing that you could have done. The colours look rather blown out on this. Like the reds on that crane look incredibly saturated. Apparently I wasn't close enough then for the punch. Newton's law, right?
Hey. You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine, but... Damn, I was sure they killed you, kid.
Well, they tried, right?
So how the hell did you find me all the way out here?
I had some help.
Salim,
Sullivan, thank you.
we haven't much time. We cannot allow them to reach the city.
Oh, I don't know.
He's right, Nate. I've been trapped with those crazy bastards for days. I don't know what the hell it is Marlowe's after exactly, but it sure as hell ain't treasure. We gotta stop them.
Drake, we must go, now. Yalla!
Never a dull moment, huh, Sully?
Why change now?
Yeah!
There, straight ahead!
Into the storm? Are you sure you know what you're doing?
Trust me, Drake! Trust me!
Salim!
Drake, where are you?
Sully! Sully, stay close!
Where's Celine?
Must have lost him!
Should have replied with, "He's behind you." Or maybe not. It's just my bad sense of humour.
It's no good.
I think we're at a point where games are so believable, people, I don't know,
Must know something we don't.
it's much harder to be impressed now. Oh no, this fight.
It's the convoy. Hang back, Sully. I'll go check it out.
You got it.
How are we gonna find anybody in this storm?
Don't worry, they'll find you. Oh, it's a Jamal. Whew. That hurt. I don't recall those two being out in the storm. And also, why are the other two that were near us no longer about? That's kind of weird. And the point is you're meant to go this way and get a stealth kill to get a better weapon. And then keep that for those tough guys. Well, that was suboptimal, I've got to say. Don't waste his grenade, I could use that. Oh. They're definitely giving us a selection of guns to choose from. I do want that.
This
Weapon.
can't be the whole convoy. Not enough of them.
Must have gotten separated in the storm. Come on.
Yeah, I'm just pulling out my butt.
Oh boy.
Oh. The problem with being stunned under the vision of those lasers is, well, they're lasers. We're gonna die now from everyone. Okay, that didn't even... Forget where the next RPG is. Assume it's probably up on the building on the right, maybe? Ahead? While we have a second. It is impossible to see anything, which is obviously their intent. But... Oh, I do not want to progress forwards for that. Looks like I saw a grenade drop there, so that's good.
Oh boy.
Eat this.
That's all.
Hope so.
Glad he has that sense. Okay, we're kind of okay on weaponry. Okay, let's keep going. That wasn't as frustrating as I remember it being
Let's get inside.
previously. It's more just it's hard to see. Bit of an odd face on that. We've seen this style from the earlier areas.
So it
haven't we?
really does
So,
exist. It's amazing.
Bayek. I mean, look at how big and beautiful this room is. Seems to we open the door and then climb it. But for now, I think we...
You would hate to have to polish this.
Ah, there's a ladder here. It is.
Oh, hey. Managed to swipe your notebook back off Marlowe. Figured it might come in handy.
Do you want to give it to me?
Still got it.
Oh, right, there's a... Still got it. Oh, he's talking about Sully. Lol. While I have the opportunity, I'll pick that up. Okay, I cannot climb back up there. So. That's a nice ball. I think every game should let you jump up ladders for the purpose of
Sully, up here.
to make you go quicker. I've been playing Bloodborne a bit recently as well as Killing Floor 2, and let's just say there are an awful lot of ladders. It really should be ladderborne.
There's one on the other side.
Right. Now I wonder if this is a bad idea, because normally hanging off something gives you an explicit jump backwards, whereas this is just me going jump. There we go. Okay, so that worked. Well, I'm here. Okay. I have completely forgotten this whole area. Like, I remember carrying the buckets up, but that's pretty much it. Right, so we swing on the lamp.
Hey, you gotta get on that other switch.
Almost there.
Oh, okay, sorry, we climb... Wait. Why can I not get to the end of this? Okay, well, if he wants to jump that far away, fine. Wait, wasn't there a... Oh, it's over there. I can just see it. Okay. I remember one of the chandeliers had a thing on. But it's not one of those two. Right. So, that guy breaks his arm, I think? So only half of it opens. Very cool looking. Oh no, okay. Huh. Gosh, look at that.
It worked.
The words of Victor Sullivan. I'll be go to hell.
Come on now, game. I jumped off in a manner that would have killed me. You should have killed me. I mean, I appreciate what you did there. Also, if you didn't see there, holding let go let us drop a distance without killing us. So it's a way of making ladders climbable, and also... Oh, he's not going to hold it. Oh dear. Can I jump onto this thing? I can, okay. Everything's saved. Oh, one is restored. But the second one's missing, so I can't jump onto... Sully, why are you following me here? I was just treasure hunting. See? So you can climb a ladder at a regular pace, or hop up and down it like a monkey. Ah, I remember seeing these golden statues. I just didn't awe it.
Victor Sullivan.
Ah, this is so awesome. Just look at this holy place. Of course they would make them blue skinned because you can't possibly make them black, huh? I mean, yeah, sure.
Another dead end.
Materially. Ooh. That is so cool how it looks. Looking down at the details like that partition there and everything else, it's sort of in the same way with Bloodborne. There's an awful lot of fine buildings, and they've sort of arranged them in a way that makes it roughly look like a city or a town, and yet there's just like doorways hanging over crevices and everything else. You're like, so looking at earlier, just wandering around the area between Yharnam and Eileen the Crow. And it's just, yeah, there's quite a few places where I would question that sort of building layout. Even somewhere like London, where everything's been built up over time, there is definitely at least some sense to some of it. If they've changed the height of a road, then, you know, they've definitely bricked up a doorway or something. They don't regularly tend to leave them hanging in the middle of the air. Well, I seem to remember somewhere above ground, like haylofts and the rest. You do tend to get some buildings with doors off the ground because they serve purposes, and they tend to be the sort of buildings that they're not buildings you live in, so they're just outhouses and the rest. So there's no point
Fed by an underground spring.
spending the money or the time adjusting those.
It's clean. It's amazing it's still running after all these years.
What was that? Oh. Handmade Hero has gone live. Just other Twitch notifications. A few other people are going live. So, oh wow. That's opportune. So, we have a few moments of delirium.
Now that's a hell of a thing.
Involving the worst fight. Like, I think all Uncharted games have to have extraterrestrial or mystical origin bullshittery, I should say. Uncharted 1 had the Nazi zombies and Spaniard zombies. 2 obviously had the Blue Yetis. And this one has Jinn, as they call them, sorry. Which are henchmen for Marlowe and Talbot that have been converted into these beings that can go super fast and evaporate. See what I mean? So you actually want shotgun-like weaponry in this to take them out quickly, but
Jesus, what was that?
exactly what was it? Actually, I should probably take the RPG. Because there are 2 or 3 of those. Or 2 or 3 waves, I should say. Also, you can drop to your death here. So I'm going to try and avoid that. And this is why I'm very glad I brought this back. Right, so the lifts now come up. No. Wow, okay. So it looks like, because I was really, 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 really sensible keeping this towel, we were able to do that pretty damn easily. I did kind of remember that we'd have a bad fight, just not that we were literally coming up to it. So that was a happy accident. Right, so I really don't want the RPG again. Even though it will help us, because we actually have to fight them again in another sequence. I'll stock up on ammo. The Jimao, it's nice because it does really tight focus bursts, but it also does just bursts. So, it's kind of frustrating to have to fire, and then, you know, if they've moved enough, then, you know, squirt, 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 squirt. The other one is brrr, so you can track more easily, I find. I could always just take the hammer. That's not a bad idea, I guess. I mean, it'll be a bad idea. And wasn't there another one off one of these guys? Okay, I'll just check at the top here, because I thought there might have been one up here. No, okay. I'm a bit disappointed that isn't a button, that it doesn't depress. I don't think there's a good explanation as to why it triggers. But look at this, it looks like the barrel of a gun. Oh, right. It's gas time.
Toby, come back here, you son of a bitch!
It's a nice gold teapot. Now you can see all this covers here, suggesting that something interesting is happening in a second. Right, so run through here to a dead end. The time of day changes. Now we're back in Cartagena. Cartagena. I can't say foreign words. I do apologise. And then we shit bricks.
Can't be happening.
I'm streaming at the moment. Talk with you in a sec.
No.
Do I have to?
No.
I think I...
Stay away, please.
Okay.
Oh, God. Oh, no. What is this?
Right, so now we're back in this area, and Jinn are going to be attacking us. But I did want to come here because this thing has now appeared. That is a cool token.
It's moving. I gotta get out. Gotta get out of here. No. Can't do this.
It really does feel like they made Uncharted 3 because Uncharted 2 did incredibly well. But either they just weren't sure what to do with it, or they just couldn't find the material that would make a coherent story for between Uncharted 1 and Uncharted 2 in length. So it just sort of feels like they've added these things in that don't really make much sense.
I'm trapped. There's no way.
Now we get to the end and it will trigger a cutscene that shows the Jinn entering via the elevator, I seem to recall.
There's no way. No way out. Oh, no. Here. I'm gonna kill him.
And this explains why the multiplayer in Uncharted 4 has got whatever the hell the fire races are. They're the Jinn. From Uncharted 3. So they are lore acceptable.
You killed Sully. I'll kill you. You killed Sully.
I forget, don't I just go back to the door I tried opening a second ago? Ooh, the ghosting is messing with my eyes, man. I imagine it's making the stream look absolutely horrendous. Yeah, okay. Kind of weird. Now we have a larger area to fight the same thing.
Can't be real.
That doesn't look right. Oh. Well, that's an interesting bug, and I think... I don't recall that in the original game. I wonder if that's a mistake from porting. What I'm looking at is the water shader texture, or the primitive that actually contains the water appearance, isn't moving with the geometry shader that's moving or distorting all of this world. So you can see it's clipping underneath and over, and we can actually see underneath. See how it's distorting the tiles there? That's interesting. I am kind of sad enough to go replay the PlayStation 3 copy now, to wonder if that is a PS4 remaster issue. God, that looks so freaking trippy. I mean, it doesn't help that you've got the texture seams sliding around like tectonic plates. Ugh. Right, so we have another section of trying to murder people, or having to murder people, I should say.
Fire. Smoke. Just kill him.
Kill Sully. Oh, no, it can't be real. It can't be real.
Get out.
So basically 2 shots with the sniper, the Tau, I should say. One will convert them to... ooh, God, that marching is... One makes them a real Jinn, one kills them, so... Are there any other weapons here? Okay, it's an actual sniper. Okay, more Tau. I saw that there's more hammer up ahead. I'm just trying to think of... we have a couple of corridors of regular people, so I don't think... we probably don't need this much high power weaponry. What we now do is fill the water, fill this pool with water, so it produces a perfect reflection. And then you can see Nate is going for a wander over here, so we're going to do the same thing. You see, well, okay, he goes over here. Can we go hug him? Apparently not. Oh, look at that.
What is
it? It's confusing, I'm going to say that. Doesn't really make sense to me. We can see now that we're in a room that didn't have dead people in before. Which is oddly interesting and also not at all. Isn't there a thing? There we go. I always thought at low resolution these looked absolutely adequate, but they do look a little flat. Obviously, you can see it's basically 3 planes, a U shape to contain the. It looks just like a double-sided alpha blended texture, but I think there's a bit more to it than that. Look at the colours. Are those griffins? They look sort of liony. You know, a dog cat with wings. And I'm saying a dog cat because it looks more like sort of a lion's face with the way it, which is obviously a griffin. Just the whole snout on that sort of animal is different looking.
There they are. Time to play, assholes.
Can I snipe them from here, do you think? Don't know. Okay, so we're chapter 22, so we're pretty down near the end now. Oh gosh, this bit. Oh wait. Yeah. I thought I remembered that. Yeah. This bit can...
It's over, Drake.
It's not over, Drake. Thank you for standing still. Oh. I'm not going to thank you for punching me in the face, because that hurt. Oh, that guy's gonna... Whew. Well, I nearly died. Now I nearly totally died.
Oh boy. No.
Now we do actually have that.
Oh shit!
Crap.
Why didn't he take all the damage? Oh my gosh.
Oh shit.
See, now, I hate this weapon. How are they so bad that I can stand here in a full window with the crappiest weapon possible and still murder all of them? Right, so what I want to do now... That was a little weird. Are there better weapons down here? Nope, that's rubbish. I always find the shotguns never have any range in these Uncharted games. I don't really want the sniper though. How many shots are in there? 8. No, the hammer's more effective for groups of them, so we'll go for that. If I find... Oh, okay, there's one here. Yeah, we'll go with it. Well, that's hilarious.
Hell of a time. What's the matter with you?
How do I know you're real?
Ow! That real enough for you? Don't ever point a gun at me again.
I saw them shoot you. Right after the eclipse.
What? What eclipse? Look, kid, you went nuts right after you drank from that fountain. It's the water. That's what destroyed the city. Not
When
the
did we
wrath
drink
of
from the
God.
fountain?
The whole water supply is tainted with some sort of hallucinogenic agent. Must have drove everyone mad.
That's what Marlowe and Talbot are after.
Oh, man, yeah. Remember, Cutter said they controlled their enemies through fear. This'll do it. Spades.
I wonder particularly how the water supply here
Wait, it doesn't make
got
any sense.
tainted.
How
Whether
do they
that was
think they're
a...
getting the water out of here.
No, it's not the water. It's what's in the water.
Come again?
Listen, just bear with me for a sec. Salim told me that Aram was cursed when Solomon imprisoned the evil spirits of the Jinn inside a vessel of brass, and then cast it into the depths of the city.
A genie in a bottle.
I know it. It sounds pretty crazy.
You just got to rub me
So
the
you
right
reckon
way.
that's why Elizabeth and Dee sent Francis Drake out here in the first place?
Yeah. It wasn't treasure they were after. It was power. Only once Drake realized what he'd been sent for, he abandoned the mission. He lied to the Queen, told her he didn't find anything, and then hid all traces of his voyage. Rewrote history.
Well, who are we to argue with Sir Francis? You say we hit down
Oh,
there
sorry, I
and
was
end
saying
this?
I was wondering why the water supply would be tainted, whether that was an external force, and obviously they've just said why, but...
Look at this place. The whole city's resting on this cavern. Doesn't look very safe, does it?
That's an understatement.
We gotta find a way down there.
Yeah, give me a hand with this, kid.
I just wanted to have a look. I mean, look at... I can see the chains appearing there. I'm sorry, Naughty Dog. Your illusion has been absolutely spoiled. So that's the section we're messing around at next. It's actually kind of impressive seeing where and what. You know, now that it's far more clear, we're going down here, traversing there, going that way, going around. Can't remember how we get into that building, but we shall see that in a minute. Wait, so I came from there. What's over here? Sorry, Sully, don't mind me. Isn't there a trinket in here, maybe? Ah. Nope. That was just a twinkle. Okay, let's stop messing around then. I'm gonna say Arabic art is definitely cooler looking than the shit we had in Europe hundreds of years later. Not just colours, but geometry. Far more interesting.
Amazing. This is how they move the water to the surface.
Look at the ceiling here.
I'm surprised the whole place hasn't come crashing down yet.
I don't know how the hell it's still standing.
Wait for Drake. He can do that. That's cool. Kind of odd that the baby sort of sat like that.
We gotta get across there. Help me with this door. Shit, get down!
I do not remember it being so hard to shoot people standing next to. I'll do that for now. I don't. I shouldn't laugh because it's a dead person, but. Come on, Sully, do the work. You've not killed one person so far. The punch just sounds so silly. It's like a slight tap on there. It just the weight behind it doesn't feel right. Oh, look at that. The ripple's a bit too strong, but that's water. Yes, I am that person that writes on the Weverse, doing a little post saying, "Oh, this water's awesome." Oof. Well, I tried to take cover, but you know. I know. I'm gonna die here.
Grenade!
What? Will you stop moaning about grenades? It's absolutely fine. Oh, that other person's getting me. Okay. Let's just get some colour back. Get out the way! Oh, come on, I thought I murdered him. Okay, now they're murdered. I think that's a problem I used to have with Uncharted. If I'm stood where Sully is, because it thinks it's a different segment of the game, sometimes you can't inflict damage. Which used to be kind of weird, at least. I seem to remember more spawn as I come in here. No? Is that just a bad memory of mine? Nope, nope, definitely not a bad memory of mine. Please no shoot. Now in theory there are two people with the ammo type I've got, so I want to definitely go get their stuff. However... Oh, hello. I don't believe there's any more treasures in the game. Okay, so from looking up there, we just sort of... Oh, there's a staircase. I didn't even see that. Yeah, I don't believe there's anything here. Come on, Sully, cheer up. I wonder if they just made him look younger because they thought maybe looking really old and decrepit would mean people might think he wouldn't be able to do this shit. And you know, he did say he doesn't want to do this shit anymore. How did I miss that? I'm bad. How did I miss him? Gosh. So a grenade and 2 punches to the face for 5 punches. Seems a bit excessive. Well then.
They're definitely going into the water.
Sweet. I'm holding on to this.
Any excuse to get a flare gun, you know. So we're an hour and a half in, okay.
Sully, help me with this. We gotta get through here.
Well, there's probably about half an hour left. We have to fight to the area where I guess the end of the game is, and then we fight out. It's a bit, you know, a bit vague. Nothing's happening here because obviously this is a fight on the inverse. So we're fighting when we leave, not to enter.
Lift it gently.
You gotta be kidding me.
They found Knack!
We gotta take that way out. Any ideas?
I've got a
Sure as
grenade
hell as I
launcher.
remembered. Let's split up. Try to flank them.
Yeah. Better outside.
I thought for most of the Uncharted they tried to redo the cutscenes as in-game. But I can tell this is a video, so I guess they didn't. It's a shame, really.
Damn it, where is he?
It definitely gives them more flexibility.
Sully.
Not just being able to, obviously, change the equipped items we have, but to make modifications at runtime. Wait, what? Didn't he just... Why are they gonna share breath or something? You just get another crane, I mean... What's gonna happen to it exactly?
Come on, we've got to go. Run! Come on, son. Get up. Come on.
So the talk earlier of how delicate
I don't think so.
yeah.
This is why we can't have nice things.
This is why Nate should never visit these nice things. Now brought the entire place down on us.
Buried here. I sure as hell do.
Oh my God, the city's collapsing. I have to get out of here.
Oh, that guy was behind me. Great. I wondered where the lasers were coming from.
I have the next one every time you sit there.
Away from Marlowe.
What's with these guys? Don't they know we're gonna get buried here?
They don't care.
Oh, come
I sure
on.
as hell do.
Oh my God, the city's collapsing. I have to get out of here.
That line sounds like Dan Roker delivered it before he began, but it just sounds hilariously bad.
Fall back.
I'm going to die before I get to cover. Because this guy is going to drop a grenade on us, isn't he? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Sully, this way. We gotta get out of here. Come on, I need your help.
Come on, Sully. Of course, we're going to have a problem now. Come on. That we've not actually cleared the floor above us.
Forward, get down.
Where did he come from, really? So I was trying to make sure I actually landed that shot. So. Two shots, 4 shots. Let's risk it. Right, so the reason we can't progress here is we actually have to climb this
Over here,
tower
Sully. Up this way.
rather awkwardly
How are we gonna get out of here?
via the infrastructure of the buckets.
Break the
There we
gears.
go.
Sully,
They're
we're
not
gonna have to ride
gears.
these up, all right? you! Drake! Mono! I can't reach!
Come on, kid. I'll pull you up.
Nathan! Drake? Are you worthy of the name? Earn this, as Francis earned it from Elizabeth. Prove your greatness.
I got nothing to prove.
Hurry! Give me a hand.
You can't just let her die!
The hell he can't. Nate, give me your goddamn hand.
Here! Grab it!
What the hell are you doing?
I can't.
It's no good. Get the hell out of there.
Hold on! No!
Nate!
No!
No! It's Talbot. His character's just
Run!
lacking.
Up here. Hurry it up.
This sequence is cool.
Get out of here.
Frustrating but
Place
cool.
is coming down.
Frustrating because, well, you'll see in a sec. It's a fight scene and lots of jumping. Time jumps as well. And everything's falling apart. And you might not... And he stumbles and the camera jitters. It's just not pleasant. They definitely made the fluid sand look incredibly good. Wow, we made it. I mean, didn't, but I'm impressed we did that in one go. This, however, we might not. Because I went to punch him straight away, and it's like, no, you need to triangle him. I didn't press the button to bite him. How dare you? When I'm hitting X to punch, I don't feel like it gives me enough time to jump my finger over to the triangle key to avoid those interactions. I just feel it needs a bit of an old man slack, just to afford me some extra time to realise, interpret, and then physically press the button. It might just be I'm slow on top of the fact time, 25 plus years into playing games. Maybe it might be 30. Let's not discuss my age. This is absurd. I mean, yes, it gives us a bit of suspense, but it's definitely not believable.
Hold on! Time to end this, you son of a bitch.
There we go. Nice. So there we go. Now, if you've played Uncharted 1 and 2 with us and seen those, you'll see how the boss fights for those games. The first one was okay. It was a timing-based thing. The second one was the most obnoxious boss fight I've played in a game on a console. I guess there might be some really bad ones on N64, but let's just take it. Oh, maybe Killzone 2 and the Resistance blob monster. That was kind of bad. But yeah, 2 was frustrating. 3 is a walk in the park, which sort of felt a bit weird compared to 1 and 2. 3 brings it back down to a timing-based fight, which is, you know, like 1 and 3, but a bit harder. So it's weird. 2's probably the standout, having an exceptionally hard boss. But there we go. That's Uncharted 3, and it still has, to me, some of the most memorable moments out of the series, especially the whole aircraft sequence. It also has some of the worst, I think. Even the zombies in Uncharted 1, I think, are acceptable in that compared to some of the
I just got something that needs saying. That's all.
The pirates in this. Yeah, the boat sequence is great, but just the physically having the pirates in that whole section just felt like added padding because they felt the game was far too short. And without the pirates, it probably would have been about 5.5 hours long, which I think from the expectation of 1 being about 6 hours to 2 being nearly 12 or 14, they probably felt 3 shrunk back down a bit too much, and they probably wanted it to just have the feeling it was longer, even if it wasn't much. Of course, with The Last of Us, they then brought it back to be a 16-hour game or something. I am going to stream Uncharted 4 in a few weeks' time, and we'll get that on the channel. And of course, I do want to stream Last of Us in full.
Thought I'd lost it.
Here's the thing, kid.
But,
We don't get to choose
where
how
was
we
I going
start
there
in this
for?
life. Real greatness.
Uncharted 3 just feels like it was put out because they needed an Uncharted and they weren't sure what they were doing, and it's definitely in the lore. You definitely have the Drake Lane look. I mean, look at this.
Hey. Going somewhere?
Maybe. I'm really sorry about your...
It may be incredibly boring and heteronormative, but what a nice
Swap it for
couple.
something better. Let's get out of here, huh?
Yeah.
So I was watching this really terrible film about angels called Fallen that was like 2 years old, and it's got what's her name, Addison Timlin as the protagonist, and while the story is awful and it's actually a really meh film, she looks so like Elena, obviously with black hair, but just the appearance, how she had her hair, I was like, wow, she could play Elena if they did a film.
Come on. See if I can remember how to fly the goddamn thing.
Obviously this is the aircraft that,
Hey, this has parachutes, right?
just like Uncharted 1.
3. More or less.
It's a far shorter sum up as well. I mean, it's nice that you see that they have that brief moment where they, you know, Nathan has admitted that he does want to be in a relationship with us, or at least married still, I guess. Which is lovely. But just imagine the sum up for 2. Elena nearly dies. They've defeated this incredibly powerful elixir, I guess you want to say, and this militia. And you've got the sum up with Chloe, you find out how Elena is, you talk to the other people in the village, and then they have that really long drawn out scene where they're talking about clowns and the rest. And that was absolutely such a memorable scene. Again, I can see people in the credits that now work at Google, who work on Vulkan, you know, who do at all the other studios now. But I do like keeping the credits in games. So I'll let this tick through. It is a shame that the co-op aspect of it didn't flourish in 4. They sort of focus more on the multiplayer side of it, and I can understand that because they want to keep player retention. Player retention. They want a reason for people to buy the game and keep it, or at least keep running it. And if multiplayer, either competitive or just a wave-based system that their survival mode has, can keep them in. Weirdly, I played an awful lot of Uncharted 2 multiplayer. 3 less so. They changed it a little, and while it was neat to have the little story aspects and I guess Uncharted 3 had the sort of Levolution that Frostbite went for in Battlefield 4. But Uncharted multiplayer was cool. It's kind of a shame that I don't play that much anymore, or rather that they didn't bring it forward. And then Uncharted 4 just sort of, yeah. I'm not sure I appreciate the survival-based stuff in 4 as much as I like the just generic stuff in 2. I think that's a shame of some of this remastering, that the insistence on having remasters have then given the opportunity to just say, we don't really need to have these other modes that we put in the original games, because there's, low player numbers or whatever, but they are still, I would argue, an integral part of preservation of that title. And that's what disappoints me so much with so many games, even on PS4, having their servers discontinued already. You've got the Tomorrow Children, Paragon, Killstrain, all these titles that you'd think at least would have their server coverage. Well, not for Paragon, because I understand why for that. But for these platform games as service that Sony's been trying to get out, because they thought, well, maybe people are going to get into this, that I would actually rather have fewer games free, in quotes, free, on PS Plus, and have them focus more on maintaining the servers for the games that people actually play. I mean, so what? The costs for running the servers for this game that has 100 people are reasonable. Isn't that the purpose of people paying for PS Plus? And they would say, well, obviously they put the argument forward that it's for paying for the network, so that, paying for the network and for games, that people pay for the games and just tolerate the payment for the network. So for me, it's the other way around. I appreciate that game studios definitely can't keep servers running indefinitely for a game this old, because it's costly. And that's why I thought that having PS Plus at least gives studios an incentive to keep their servers running for as long as people are popping in the game. So I don't know. I don't know how we solve this. I remember hearing on the 8-4-Play podcast that some people have been working on a user server for Demon Souls, which I'd be interested in looking at. And this is something I think someone's going to have to look at, re-implementing servers for all these games that are being shut off. And possibly actually capturing interactions with these servers before they get shut down, so that they can more easily be recreated. But even still, that's an incredibly hard problem, and I don't think many people are going to. I mean, Demon Souls has got a reasonable niche audience that someone definitely is going to re-implement the server. And in the same regard, something like Little Big Planet, there are enough users that contribute to that game that if someone re-implemented it, there would be interest. But for something like Killstrain, I think so few people played it in the first place, that's unlikely to happen. And it's also going to be hard in the future when Sony start. They've already delisted the games from the store, so you can't actually obtain a license from the point of view of the platform. You can't gain a token to play Killstrain unless you've already got it on your account. If you do, the thing they did with PT was actually delete the download from their cache network. Now, as far as I'm aware, you can still download Killstrain if it's on your account. It just is not going to be able to connect. So there are so few people that could obtain the game to re-implement it or to play it in the future that's just never going to happen, is it? And I've now realised I'm just rambling. So. Sorry, I feel like I didn't mention. I'm now drinking Thornbridge's AM PM. It's a session IPA. It described itself as tropical fruit aromas, so I thought it might be interesting. However, I can taste the citra hops. Sorry, I didn't. I do like the way the camera has this. You can see how I've enabled it to try and take a slice of the depth and then crop out everything else. It's just so that it doesn't, it doesn't have my whole room behind me in the video, because it's wasteful. I do understand it probably contributes a bit more to the artifacting at the MPEG level. If I could have it of a more harsh cut, so that it's on like 16 pixel block boundaries, I'd be absolutely fine with that. Okay, so we're approaching 2 hours, which I actually think's a good time. So I thought we might be up to 3 hours, which is why I got a beer or two sat with me. Oh. I did not know you could accelerate the credits with the controller. Oh wait. We have to keep the QA on because, you know, I know we already passed some, and these will be the Sony in-house ones, but QA is so damn important. Ah, yeah. Director, PlayStation Home. Talking of things that need re-implementing, I still miss it. Well, thank you for watching Uncharted 3. I hope you get to watch us play Uncharted 4 in the future, whether on YouTube or Twitch. So, see you then, everyone.